Hi, I'm Luna, and today I'm gonna tell you about theory of nothing and people perspective on afterlife. I am nothing when it comes to the universe. People just come and go in our lives, and regardless of my life. We're just born to die, but we try a lot, we pass a lot in our lives, which were good or bad experience, and which remain as our memories. So life is nothing when the time has come. This isn't a formal scientific theory but is a philosophical position. Self awareness, our consciousness are the products of our brain. When the brain ceases to function, it would stop. Furthermore, life after death can be likened to the state of non existence we were in before we were born. It's the essence of experience, sensation, and memory. When philosophers argued about mind-body connection, there were many philosophical arguments that the consciousness is the product of our brain and the mind is controlled by the brain. Modern neuroscience overwhelmingly demonstrates that all aspects of the mind, thoughts, memories, emotions, personality, and self-awareness are directly dependent on the brains, like physical structure and chemical activities. And evidence shows directly for this when it damages to the specific parts of our brain, like from stroke or disease like Alzheimer's or injury that causes a corresponding unpredictable loss or alteration of our mental function. For instance, loss of language, memory, or personality, and so on. The logical thing is that if a partial destruction of the brain that leads to a partial loss of the self, an irreversible destruction of the brain, and some death must lead to the total, permanent cessation of the self and consciousness. There is no known or measurable mechanism for consciousness to persist independently of its physical substrate. And the Roman philosopher argued about pre-existence, and he suggested that our state after death is at the same as to our state before our birth. Before birth, we have memory, no sensation, and no self-awareness of the trillions of years that passed before we were conceived. And these states of non-existence cause us no suffering. Likewise, after death, the theory holds that death is simply a return to the prior state of non-existence, just there was no you to experience distress before death, and there will be no you to experience distress after death. Moreover, science have never detected a soul, spirit, or any non-physical object to carry consciousness. Even if a soul were a real, it would still have to interact with the physical brain to control the body and receive information. In addition, when near-death experience are powerful events, and the scientists explain them as natural, non-supernatural occurrences caused by the brain, like the brain conditions and under extreme duress, such as oxygen deprivation and nausea, and the release of brain chemicals or temporal activity. And near-death experience do not constitute valid and reliable evidence of an afterlife because they occur when the brain is still technically alive or in the process of shutting down like a computer. Some people also believe in parallel universe when it comes to life after death. In physics, parallel universe is a concept suggesting the existence of other universes that are separate from our own. This idea arises from various theories, such as the multiverse theory and the many was interpretation of quantum mechanics. For example, in one universe, a particle spins clockwise, while in a parallel universe, it spins counterclockwise. These universes are theorized to exist side by side, but not readily accessible from our own. Okay, whatever, just forget about it for a moment. In summary, the self is an function of the brain, and destruction of the brain means the destruction of the self. The state after death is the same as the state before birth, meaning symmetry. So, we go nowhere after death because we don't know where we came from, and that is why most people believe in nothingness of life. That's all, and thanks for your watching.